Everyone around you is scrolling on their phone. You pull out your laptop. They look at you like you're doing something strange. And maybe you've even wondered yourself, why do I always prefer this? Why does a screen with a keyboard feel more like me than a rectangle in my palm? Stay with me because what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you see your relationship with technology and yourself. Picture it. You've got 20 minutes to kill. Maybe you're at a coffee shop. Maybe you're waiting at home. Your phone is right there on the table. Everyone else picks theirs up. You open your laptop. There's something about the weight of it, the way it expands your field of vision, the click of the keyboard under your fingers. It doesn't feel like killing time. It feels like settling in. Like you're about to do something that actually matters. You might just be checking email, but it feels different, more intentional, more you. And you've probably never been able to fully explain why. Here's the thing nobody tells you. That feeling has a name in psychology. It's called cognitive load preference, and research published in the journal Computers in Human Behavior found that individuals differ significantly in how much cognitive scaffolding they need to feel comfortable and productive. People who prefer laptops tend to have what researchers call a high need for cognition, a personality trait first described by Cacioppo and Petty in 1982. It's the drive to engage in effortful thinking, not because you have to, but because it actually feels good. Your brain isn't looking for the fastest route to a dopamine hit. It's looking for a problem worth solving, a thought worth finishing. The phone, with its fragmented notifications and short-form content, doesn't give your brain enough to work with. The laptop opens up a workspace, literally and neurologically, but here's where it gets interesting. It's not just about thinking style, it's about identity and control. Psychologists talk about environmental mastery, a core component of psychological well-being defined by Carol Riff in her landmark research on flourishing. People high in environmental mastery need to feel like they're shaping their surroundings, not being pushed around by them. A smartphone is reactive by design. It pings you, it pulls you, it decides what's next. A laptop is proactive. You open it, you choose what loads, you control the architecture of your screen. For people who run on autonomy, that distinction isn't subtle, it's everything. Every time you open your laptop instead of your phone, you're making a quiet statement, I decide the pace here. And here's the kicker. This connects directly to attentional depth. Psychologist Ari Kruglanski's research on need for cognitive closure showed that some people are genuinely uncomfortable with ambiguity and incompleteness. But people with low need for closure, laptop people, often can sit inside a complex, unresolved thought without panicking. They don't need the answer in 3 seconds. They can hold a browser tab open for 6 hours because they're still thinking about it. A phone doesn't support that kind of slow, layered attention. Its entire architecture is built for closure. Swipe, done, next. Your brain is built for something longer. Now, before the comments section explodes, here's the nuanced part. Not every laptop preference comes from cognitive depth. Sometimes it comes from avoidance. If the phone represents social noise, texts you haven't answered, notifications you're dreading, people expecting you to be on, the laptop can become a hiding place, a screen that looks like productivity but functions like a wall. There's a difference between choosing depth and fleeing connection, and only you know which one is happening on a given afternoon. That discomfort is worth sitting with, not running from. Here's the reframe though. If you've ever been made to feel slow, antisocial, or overly serious for preferring a full keyboard and a proper screen, that's not a character flaw. That's a nervous system that needs room to think. You're not behind the times, you're not out of touch, you're wired for sustained attention in a world that's actively trying to shorten it. That's not a weakness to overcome. In a culture of chronic distraction, it might actually be the rarest thing going. There's something quietly countercultural about a person who still opens a laptop to think. In a world engineered for the reflex, you're holding out for the reflection, and maybe that's the whole point. Not every mind is built for speed. Some are built for depth, and depth, when you finally get there, is where everything interesting lives. If this hit close to home, subscribe. There are more of these waiting for you. And if this resonated, you'll probably love the next video on why deep thinkers often feel out of place in social settings, and what the science says about why that's actually a sign of something rare. Click to find out why.